welcome to PHTV Channel 4 in Palos Heights. I'm Sue Jankowski, and we are at the library. This month, we're going to tell you all about the great things that are going to be happening in the month of March. Am I right?
Absolutely.
Month of March. I can't believe I'm saying March. I know I say this all the time, but boy, everything is going by so quickly. And before we get started, I actually did bring this today because we talk about the page turner, but I just want you to look at the page turner because this is a great picture of our library on the cover of it, which is really exciting. And that adult reading room, if you don't go there, you should, because it's really comfortable and inviting and somewhere I think you'd really enjoy. But the page turner has most of the things that you were talking about here, or we talk about most of the things that are in here, but it's nice to hear it and be able to read it at home and look back and see what's going on. So I would suggest to you just kind of keep this out in handy, because this is a wonderful tool for you. Anyway, I brought it today because it's so great. And here's another feature that I'm really, really enjoying out of here, is the staff picks. So in there, you're thinking, I don't know what to read. I don't know what's good. Well, the staff is picking books. They give a little synopsis of it, and then you get to decide, hey, maybe those are one of the books that I would like to read too. So it's like picking out a movie or picking out a book sometimes when you're drawing a blank. You have something to go to if you need a little help picking something.
Yeah.
And I like that feature.
We have a lot of people say, oh, I just circle that, I circle this, I circle that. So yeah. And in the course of, we have all of our events, both for adult and children, posted online on our website at phlibrary.org. You can just go to click on our events, and you can pull up a whole calendar at a time as well.
Oh, that's good. So you can kind of look at everything. So you've got a lot of ways to check into what's going on at the library.
Yeah. So if you hear of us talk of something and you might have missed a bit, then you can always go to your page turner or our website to
get some more information or just review, remind yourself. So I neglected to introduce our people here today. It's Janine, who's always with us. She's head of public services, and Tina, who's head of youth and teen services. She's always with us too. And they've got all the information that you need to know. So what's going on, Janine?
Well, it is 2020. Newsflash for all of you. 2020 is the census year. Every 10 years, as is dictated in our Constitution, the United States has to count our population, okay? So 2020 is the year, and why is it a big deal? Because the numbers that we get from our census are vitally important in determining what type of resources we get from the federal government to support our schools, our fire departments, police departments, our state of living in our own communities. So getting to know, and finding out information about the census, what it is, and why you should be participating, and then how you should be participating it is vital. Okay.
Is it a requirement that everyone participates? It is, isn't it? That you're supposed.
You don't really get counted. You are going to be. It's a detriment to you if you don't count yourself. So there's a lot of myths or whatever about the census, what it is, or what they're going to do. So what we're having at the library on Wednesday, March 4th, is what you need to know about the 2020 U.S. Census. And we will have Operations Supervisor Kelly Lang will be there from the Bureau, and she will discuss everything you need to know about the 2020 census. And we have it at 2 time periods. So for those of you who work during the day, we have one at 11 a.m. and then we also have another session at 6:30 p.m. Not a.m.
Don't come.
PM.
Don't come at p.m. a.m.
And so she will be there to talk about the census, why do we do it, what it does and what it means to us, and how you go about doing it. So she will be there to answer all of your questions.
Oh, that's really great, because I think sometimes people get, in today's world of privacy issues, I think people do get a little excited about some of this stuff, but this is a great way to get your questions answered and be part of the census. I think that's really important.
Right.
And even the census, when you look back at census records, you can find out a lot of information just about like your relatives, that where do they live and stuff. So you want to be part of that.
Yeah, absolutely. It's vitally important for everybody to participate. So join us for that. Coming up Sunday on March 8th at 2 p.m., Winston Churchill, the British Bulldog. 2020 also celebrating 75 years after the end of the World War II. So Winston Churchill saw England through some of the darkest days of World War II, and actor Terence Lynch will be on hand to portray this larger-than-life character and to tell the story of his life and his career. Quite an interesting person, to say the least.
Very much.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah. And then Trivia Night, we're back with that. Trivia Night at the Harvest Room on Wednesday, March 11th at 6:30. Join us for 2 hours of trivia and prizes. At the Harvest Room, you're going to want to call the Harvest Room's number, which is on this slide, to make your reservation.
Okay.
You can come on your own or to parties of 5 and join us.
Have fun.
Oh my God, we do have so much fun. I say this every time I talk about it, but we really do. And you do want to reserve a spot.
Okay, so you want to if you go there, you want to make sure you've got
make a reservation
slot.
at the Harvest Room
Okay.
and save a seat.
And you can order food and
Oh my
drinks
God,
and
food
all
and
that.
drinks, desserts, all that kind of fun
Okay.
stuff. Yeah, people enjoy taking care of that on their own, and they just have a good time together. It's
Yeah.
a great night out. You have dinner and you have fun time. Test your wits against the others, and so it's good.
Sounds good. Sounds like fun.
Yeah. And Thursday, March 12th, we have the Art of Notre Dame in Paris. We have art historian Jeff Mischer who will discuss the Gothic innovations used in building the great cathedral, including the stained glass windows, and who will also touch on the current status of the church renovations. And of course, we're talking about Notre Dame because of the big fire last year. One of our staff members, Beth Stevens, was actually in Paris at the fire when the fire was happening. She was in Notre Dame that morning and left and was sightseeing, and then she hears all this commotion, and so it was quite
remarkable
yeah.
that she actually visited, and then this tragedy happens.
Yeah,
wow.
Yeah.
Well, that is so. I'm sure she has a lot to say about that too.
She did. And she was sending us photos as it was happening.
Oh wow.
And, she actually had an article in the paper was written about her and her trip there when that happened. So she got to see a lot of the effect of the fire on the local population, and so it was quite an experience. And I mean, the cathedral itself is an incredible feat of architecture and history. Oh my gosh! So Jeff Mischer is an art historian, and he'll be taking us through the church and talking about that. So that's going to be a fascinating evening, and he will give us the updates on the renovation.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. Okay. And then we're back with Sunday at the Cinema on Sunday, March 15th at 2 p.m., showing an excellent documentary film called Maiden. Have you heard of this film?
I'm not.
Okay, so back in 1989, this is a story of a 24-year-old cook, a woman who was a cook on yachts. She would just cook for all these other people. She heard about the Whitbread Around the World race, which is a renowned sailing race. Only the elite of the elite, and they were always all men. And she's like, you know what? She wants to do that. And so she put together an all-female crew. This is in 1989. And then had to fundraise to get somebody to give her a boat because nobody thought a woman could do this race. And so it's the story of that, the challenges of making the decision to do the race, getting a crew, and then getting a boat that would actually be seaworthy enough to take them around the world. And then the race itself. It's a fascinating story. The footage on it is incredible.
Really? So it's like they planned it ahead of time to get good
I guess
records
each
about
boat
it.
had its, you find out in the director's notes that each boat, even back then, was fitted with a camera. So when they're on the seas, especially the South Seas, oh my God, I'm not getting seasick watching this movie. But you're just like, how can they do this? They were just in the middle of nowhere.
Well, she was the cook on a ship.
She was cook on ships, other yachts.
But she didn't really have experience sailing.
Correct.
Okay.
Oh, you mean she sailed? She was on the boat sailing with them.
Yeah, but she wasn't doing the work of sailing.
Yeah, that's why she
had to
hires a
learn.
crew.
Oh, okay.
Right. Well, everybody has to do everything. You're on that when you're out there in the middle of nowhere. You have to be able to repair boats. No first aid, that kind of thing.
Oh, okay.
So.
Well, this sounds like really interesting.
Yeah, it's a fascinating look at something that an event that happened. So that's Sunday, March 15th. So join us for that. That's going to be a fun one. And our book and film, will be coming up on Thursday, March 19th at 2 p.m. And this is a program where we show a movie based on a book. And it's The Art of Racing in the Rain by Garth Stein. The book came out several years ago, and when I read it, it was my favorite book for the longest time.
I know, I loved that book.
Yeah, and it's a story about a Formula One race car driver and his dog, and how he navigates the challenges of life by learning from his dog. And it's just a great story. It's a fictional story, of course, but it's fun. It's a great...
Is the movie live up to the book? Is it pretty good?
I don't know. They'll have to come and see.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I really wanted to see it, and I think it kind of came and went quicker than I could do. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah. And then Thursday, March 19th, we have tips to making your favorite foods healthier. And that is our nutrition educator, Chris Osandich, will show us how to cut back on sodium and fat and calories by making simple changes to recipes and still have favorite foods that taste wonderful. So if you really, really love pizza or, pasta, certain types of pastas or whatever, she's going to just show you how to tweak certain things. And, when you're trying to take care of yourself and eat healthy, you don't have to
put all those...
you don't have to
elements in it
torture yourself. You can still do
salt.
so. Yeah, do so with restraint and some maybe new ideas. So tastings will be provided. So do register for this one. Okay.
Sounds good.
And March is Women's Month, National. That's why we are having 11 of these programs that feature women in the role. And Molly's War is our program that's on Sunday, March 22nd. Author Cindy Schaefer, will talk about the women, including her mother, who served in the Women's Army Corps, the WAC Corps, in World War II. She wrote a book about her. Her mom's name is Molly, and her mother told her all the stories, and so she ends up writing a book about it, and she'll be there to talk about that.
I did hear the author's father speak about the book and his wife, and it's just a really great story and so much detail. As you go through your life, you're thinking, well, I wish I had written down more things about my life, what I did, and so forth. And they really collected a lot of information about Molly, and it really is a fascinating story. I think people really enjoy that.
Yeah. And then our Smart TV Basics program is back. We have, it's by popular demand, on Monday, March 23rd at 2 p.m. We're going to learn about smart TVs and devices like Roku, Fire TV, and Chromecast, as well as the streaming services that run on them. So, and that's going to be held in our big meeting room, so you can... Lots of people can come.
Yeah, good.
And they do.
Because sometimes that TV is smarter than you are, so you've got to figure out more.
Yeah.
More stuff.
Yeah, we have people come back. We have repeat offenders coming back just because they keep soaking up more and more.
Yeah.
And that's good. That's great.
Is good.
Yeah.
Awesome.
And then, for those of you who want to just become tourists in your own town, in the own city of Chicago, we have 100 things to do in Chicago. That's Thursday, March 26th at 6:30. We have author and Chicago tour guide Molly Page will share tips on planning your staycation, discover ideas for your next date night, and learn about a few hidden gems to explore with the whole family.
That is great, and that comes at a perfect time because it's going to be spring and you're going to be looking for things to do. And
trying to get the kids out of the house or
just
yourself.
Right.
Yeah, we were just downtown last night, my husband and I, and we were just, it's just, you kind of forget how beautiful the city is, and when and you get a sight, where the sun is just coming through the clouds, like, God, this is a gorgeous city, and the history is so incredible. Yeah. Every neighborhood is different and has different flavors, and so it's always fun to try to go back and play tourist once in a while.
It is, but it's great to have the suggestions because sometimes you're like, well, there's the museums, there's the Mag Mile, there's the lakefront, but what else can I do? Yeah. So this is a great way to find out those really fascinating other things to do.
Yeah, and I know we have snow on the ground today, and we're still in the midst of winter, but. Coming up Sunday, March 29th, we're going to be talking about herbal gardening and medicine. And we'll have gardener Mel Zaludik, who will present the visual identifications in the cultural requirements and the sensible home usage of many health-enhancing flowers, vegetables, and herbs from our garden. So that might help give you some ideas of what you might want to be planting this year.
Yeah, actually, you do need to plan ahead, and a lot of people do that first seedling type planting in their home, so that when it's okay to plant outside, they've got a good start with some of their plants. So actually, it's really well timed.
Yeah.
Very
So
good.
that's our March.
All right, thank you so much. And on to Tina, which I'm looking at this colorful stuff here. I don't know what this is, but it does look very edible.
Yeah, well, we're kicking off March with bubble wrap painting. Typically, we use a lot of bubble wrap and things when we're doing programs with the babies and the younger kids just because they like that texture. But for this program, we are targeting our older kids for children grades 4th through 8th grade. On Tuesday, March 3rd, we're going to wrap their hands and their feet in bubble wrap and create their own unique painting all over our activity room. It's going to be great.
Well, and you know what? I think everybody of all ages just love bubble wrap. I mean, you just want to, you know.
Yeah, no, I constantly just want to.
Yeah.
Like the noise that you just made, I'm like, oh my God.
We all love it.
On Thursday, March 5th at 6 o'clock for our older teens, grades 6 through 12, we have candy sushi. So even if you don't like regular sushi, we're inviting you to come to this program where you'll be able to create your own sushi using fruit roll-ups, Rice Krispie treats, and other sweet treats.
I mean, that is a great idea because I know children of all ages can like sushi, but I'm pretty sure that people of every single age would enjoy candy sushi.
Yeah, no, I think so. And then creating it too. It's
So fun.
going to be a work of art.
It will.
On Friday, March 6th at 10 o'clock for our younger patrons, ages birth through 5 years old, we have library playtime where parents are going to be able to bring their little ones to the library and let them explore different stations with puppets or building blocks or make music with some of our instruments. And it's going to be a great way for parents to interact with their children, but it's also going to be a great way for parents to interact with other parents too at this
that's
program.
always really nice. Especially when you have really little ones at home. You know, you're always looking for a connection to other moms or dads.
Yeah, so definitely sign up for that program. On Saturday, March 7th at 10 o'clock, we are having our preschool fair back. At this event, we are going to invite representatives from area preschools to come and meet with families and answer some of their questions that they may have about their educational philosophies, their curriculum, their hours of operation, and just to find out if that school is the right fit for you and your family.
That's important to get a full spectrum of what you might like to do. So that's nice.
And they're all going to be in one room, which is going to be great.
Yeah, so you can really compare everybody. That's nice.
On Monday, March 9th, we have our popular toddler art program offered at 2 times, 10 a.m. or 1 p.m. for ages 2 to 5 years old.
Great.
Yes, and like Janine mentioned, there's snow on the ground right now, but hopefully they'll be able to make a nice springtime craft.
They will.
On Tuesday, March 10th at 4 o'clock, we have Mario Day. I didn't know such a day existed.
No, it does.
Yes, and we're going to have video games and we're going to have all kinds of different activities related to Mario. And this is an all ages event, and you do not need to sign up for it. This is one of those few events that you can just come to the library.
Okay, great. And
Have
it's
a blast.
for all ages, and
Yes.
I guess kids still play Mario stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay. That's good. I
Yeah.
can hear that little music now.
No, Mario Kart is.
Yep, Mario
Still-
Kart music. Still out there.
Yep. On Wednesday, March 11th at 4 o'clock for children grades kindergarten through 3rd grade, we have Shadow Science. We're doing this in honor of Daylight Savings Time. We're going to have kids create their own shadow art and do different experiments and activities.
Okay. And here it is already that we're coming up to daylight savings time.
know.
Okay, that's why when I said it's March already, I was like, okay, that's good. I'm glad about that.
No, me too. For our littlest patrons, ages birth through 6 months, we have Itsy Bitsy Infant Time.
Aw.
Yes, and this program is for children that are not quite yet on the move, like very young, and we're asking parents that come to this program to go ahead and bring a blanket for their child so that they can actually interact with their child and do songs and rhymes and things with them without having to worry about any other kids running around in the background.
Oh, yeah, that's very good.
Yes.
Oh, that'll be fun.
And that's on Thursday, March 12th.
Okay, and little ones, they like music and all that, so that'll be, I mean, the really teeny ones, they love that stuff, so that'll be
Yeah.
fun.
And there's a Mario Day. There's also an Oreo Day. If you did not know,
I did not. Wow.
it's on Thursday, March 12th at 5 o'clock. We're having Oreo tasting for children grades 4th through 8th grade, and it's in honor of National Oreo Day. So I'm thinking that we're going to blindfold the kids, and we're going to have them taste different kinds of Oreos and guess what they're tasting.
That is so fun and so hard, really, to do. You know, because you just. Yeah. But the amazing thing, I mean, some genius came up with making Oreos these different seasonal flavors or colors or whatever,
yeah.
because it was just Oreos for so long. Now you've got all kinds of great choices.
Like you look at, there's red velvet Oreos.
I know, come on. It's just amazing.
Yeah, so I'm looking forward to that one too. On Friday, March 13th at 10 o'clock for children ages 2 to 5 years old, we have a Barbie tea party because there's also a Barbie day. And yes, so come to the library, bring your Barbie. We're going to have tea and we're going to have cookies and different kinds of treats and just have a nice Barbie tea time.
I love it. I love that Barbie. Everybody's, got a Barbie or a facsimile of that that they can bring with them.
We have Lego Builders on Saturday, March 14th at 11 o'clock, all ages program. Come to the library, make your own creation, and then we have it on display.
And they love doing that. Yeah,
Yeah.
they really do.
It's always nice to see them come back later and they'll show Grandma and Grandpa, like, look what I made, it's right there.
It makes it really special. Yeah.
On Tuesday, March 17th at 1 o'clock for children ages 2 to 5, we have Leprechaun Story Time. So they're going to listen to stories about leprechauns, sing songs, and make a lucky craft.
Oh, good. And it's right on the day, March 17th. That'll be really fun. Anything to make fun out of the middle of March, right?
Oh, I know.
We got to get through. We don't have to get through March. March is a lovely transitional month.
Hoping for warm weather.
We always do.
We have Bienvenidos on Tuesday, March 17th at 4 o'clock for children grades kindergarten through 3rd grade. This is one of our Spanish-English bilingual story times. They're going to listen to songs and stories in Spanish, learn new words, and then make a craft.
And that's also on March 17th.
Yes.
Maybe they'll sing Irish songs in Spanish. That would be unique.
We don't know. We'll have to tell Lorena. It's a suggestion. We have a teen paint-along program on Wednesday, March 18th at 4 o'clock for our teens in grades 6th through 12th grade. 6th through 12th grade only. I need to stress that.
6th through 12th grade. Okay. Because this is really, they're gonna follow along, right? And paint something by direction, kind of. So it turns out to be something that you're looking at.
Yeah. So they're going to create their own nature painting and, like you said, follow along. And if they can't keep up, well, then
they won't be able to
complete
it. That's why you really do have to be a certain age to do that. And those are fun. But, it does take a certain level of skill to be able to follow along.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And it's going to be neat to see everyone's creations.
It really will. And you know what's amazing about those things is even though you're following along with the same directions, everyone's turns out so different. I mean, they're also beautiful and creative based on, their vision and their skill level and what they see. It's just, that person over there doesn't look anything really too much like, I mean, it's the basic, if it's a tree, it's a tree, but they have their own spin on it.
And then they're mixing different colors, and some might want to use a different paintbrush. It's neat.
Yeah, it really is. It's a fun thing to do.
Okay, we have our Chinese and English bilingual story time on Thursday, March 19th at 10 o'clock, or Saturday, March 21st at 10 o'clock. Both of these programs are all ages. Okay. And please sign up for this because our activity room, we have seen, fills up quite fast with this program.
Oh, right. Okay, let's sign up.
On Thursday, we're also bringing back our Furry Readers program.
Okay.
This is one on Thursday, March 19th at 4 o'clock with Bright and Beautiful Dogs. And then we have another one on Saturday, March 21st at 1 o'clock with Love on a Leash Dogs. And this program is for all ages. Both of them are, but we ask that you register so that you have time with all the dogs.
But look, you've expanded that because now it's 2 days. So,
Yes.
I mean, this is very popular.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, it's nice.
We have Green Screen Stories on Thursday, March 19th from 4 to 6 o'clock. This is also an all ages program, and if you have not been in our media lab and used the green screen, you're going to be in for quite a treat, because we're going to be using the green screen to go ahead and tell stories, and you can change the backgrounds to whatever you like, and you're really going to be like, you're going to be sharing your own story, but you're kind of going to be creating your own movie in a way.
Yeah, you are. So you're bringing your own thoughts about a story that you just want to verbally tell.
Yeah.
Okay, that's
Yeah,
that's
or act it out. You can do whatever you want. We also
Okay.
have different costume changes.
bring.
and stuff
Can you
too.
bring a friend or two to help you with the?
Oh, the more the merrier. Yeah.
Bring your
That'll
friends. Sounds like fun.
help tell your story. On Wednesday, March 25th at 10 o'clock for children ages 2 to 5, we have a We Can Fix It story time. And this story time is going to be all about construction and tools and fixing things.
That's great. That's good for everybody.
On Wednesday, March 25th at 4 o'clock for children grades 4 through 8th grade, we have a light painting program. So what's neat about this is the image that you're seeing on the slide is that was created with just light and an iPad. And so we're going to do the same thing with, we're inviting kids to make their own light creations, and we're going to capture them on our iPad and have it turn out something like this.
Wow. Okay, that is amazing that you can do that.
Yeah. Back by popular demand, we have a craft night on Thursday, March 26th from 2 to 4 o'clock. This is an all ages program, and you're going to come and go through our closet and get creative and create whatever you want to do with all our crafting supplies.
And this must be, because it's 2 to 4, this must be most people's spring break time.
Yes.
Is that true? Okay. Because it's 2 to 4, and so everybody's pretty much available that week.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Good.
And I do need to say that a lot of people, they take their time with these craft nights and creating like this big creation that they really do like to have a lot of time to do that.
Okay, so come at 2 so that you have enough time. Well, it does take a while to create something of paramount importance. So
Yeah.
that's good. All right.
On Friday, March 27th at 10 o'clock, as you mentioned earlier, the kids are going to be on spring break, so we have a performer. We have Animal Quest coming. Jessica and Steve Reedy, they house over 120 different animals of various sizes and things, and they have so much enthusiasm and knowledge about these different creatures that we invited them to the library to go ahead and share their knowledge and bring some animals along to help educate our patrons.
That is fascinating, and kids love to learn about animals, and that will be, so definitely sign up for this, because I would
Definitely,
say you're really going to run out of room with that kind of day and event. Great.
Yes.
Well, thank you, Tina.
Yeah, thank you.
That's it. Anything else that anybody needs to know about?
Yeah.
Anything? The library will be open, so
We'll be open. As always, we have our digital books. If you can't get in for we'll close when you wanted to get a book, you can always go online, download digital books, audios, even movies.
even movies.
Yeah,
Okay.
right on your phone or your device that you have.
Yeah. And if you don't know how to do that, if you call, you can still make an appointment with
Absolutely,
somebody
book
to
a
learn how to
librarian.
do.
Absolutely,
Yeah,
and we'll
which is-
show you real quick. They make it so easy, and I just was talking to someone last week, and he's talking about how much he loves listening to books, and audiobooks. Digital audiobooks are like the highest selling item right now, but we of course don't. You don't have to buy anything from us, but the greatest amount of interest in books right now is through digital audio.
Is that right?
Yeah.
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 Well, there's just something great about being able to, it's too bad you kind of feel like you have to multitask, but if you're exercising, if you're working in the garden, if you're doing something at home, it's really nice to have that story running through.
Right.
I
This
really
gentleman
enjoy
has
that.
a commute to go to work.
Yeah, perfect.
So he listens to books.
Yeah.
Otherwise, he goes, I don't have time to read a book.
Yeah.
When am I going to sit down and read a book? I'm
Right.
always working.
Yes.
So he goes, when I go to work, when I drive to and from, I can listen to a book.
Yeah.
And he loves it.
It's wonderful. I mean, we do that too, because if we're taking a long trip, that trip goes by just like that, because you're so interested in the story that
Yeah.
you don't even know.
What was that exit? Oh,
yeah.
well.
Kind of. That has happened. Well, thank you very much for being with us today, both of you. We really appreciate it.
Thanks for having us.
We always enjoy having our friends here from the library, and we hope you enjoy participating in all these great things at the library. And we'll look forward to seeing you there over at the Palos Heights Public Library. And we will enjoy seeing you next month, when we tell you all about other upcoming events. Thanks for watching us. Bye-bye.